Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Katherine Kelly, and I want to bring a message to you today about energetic hygiene. Now, why am I talking about this? Myself and many of my friends are very sensitive to the energies that are going on in the world, whether it's the collective energies of the 8.6 billion people on this planet, whether it's the planetary alignments, whether it's walking into a room and knowing that there has been some sort of conflict or discourse or something that is there and hanging in the air. There are ways to basically release that kind of energy if you are super sensitive to it and if it feels like it's sticking to you like static cling. So let me give you an example of this. So right after COVID began, it was probably within the first month, I had to go to Costco and I needed to get a few things, one of which was dog food. They have a really good dog food brand there. And I was about literally 3 rows in. So I was wearing my mask. I was walking down to the back of the store where they carry the dog food. And I just immediately felt like I was about to burst into tears. And I couldn't figure out, wow, where is this coming from for me? And it struck me, wow, this is not my stuff I'm sensing. This is the world stuff. This is everybody in this store is feeling something intense, and I was picking up on it. So when you have that kind of sensitivity, it's like being a radar tower. You sense the stuff whether you are anywhere near it. And so as soon as I figured out, okay, number one, this is not my stuff. I needed to do something differently. I basically got my dog food. I got whatever else I was there for, and I left. And I was really walking to the car going, whew, get this off of me. Now, I've already talked about this on videos before, but I'm going to give you a number of different suggestions for how to get rid of some of this energy because we have election energy, we have political energy, we have conflict energy, we have all of this energy that is going on in the world. We are also having a lot of solar flares. We're having a lot of different things that are causing emotional uprisings. Now, let me say this. I think it is August 4th, we also go into Mercury in retrograde. So that can make people more sensitive to the emotions, more sensitive to conflict, more sensitive to irritability, some of the energies that are out there. There are a lot of external factors that can cause those energies. But for those of us who are super sensitive, we can feel every little speck of it. And I've texted some of my friends over the last few days and said, wow, how are you doing with these wonky energies? And all of them either sent me sort of sorely eyed emojis back or said, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, how bad they've been, or have said, wow, they're kicking my ass, things like that. So I know that I'm sensitive to it, but I also know that I'm not the only one. So I want to walk through some different ways to survive the energies. First thing, hands down, the first thing that I teach clients to do is once they realize, wow, what is this? I'm feeling something. What is it? First, hands down, is to ask the universe, ask yourself, ask your soul, how much of this is mine? So getting quiet, closing your eyes, going within, going to that deepest place within you and asking, number one, how much of what I'm feeling is mine right now? Because it's very easy to pick up on other people's stuff and not realize that whatever emotion that you're feeling might not be all yours. So, number one, ask that question, how much of this is mine? If you get, I usually ask in percentages, okay, is this 10% mine, 20% mine? Whatever percent is not mine, I strongly encourage people to say, okay, universe, okay, spirit, okay, God, whatever term you want to use, get very grounded and then ask for an energetic removal. And it may sound much easier said than done, but it is about one of those things where you have to just get very focused to release that energy. Now, that's number one, is just checking in with yourself to say, what percentage of this is mine? What percentage of it is not mine? Once you determine how much of it is yours versus not yours, there are ways to really verbally remove it. There's energetic ways. And I know I've talked about this before in videos, but there is a phrase, there's kind of a mantra that I encourage people to use. And it's basically to get very centered. You're telling from your soul to source to ask, this is a request, to number one, ask, please lovingly remove anything and everything that's not mine from all time and completely and permanently return it to its rightful owner. So you say that over and over again, and you're basically noticing that as you are consciously trying to release that energy, that it is removing itself from you. It might take several times for you to say that over and over again for it to actually release. And sometimes it keeps, you will notice it doesn't fully release until 20 minutes, 30 minutes after you've done that mantra over and over again. Now, it's a great time to do it when it is full moon, when it's a new moon, Mercury in retrograde. I mean, any kind of planetary alignment that okay, I need to release this stuff. But that is a mantra you can use. So please lovingly remove anything and everything that's not mine from all time and completely and permanently return it to its rightful owner. You want to say those words because you want to be as clear as possible that you are not going to receive that energy back and that you are going to remove it as much as you can. So there's the number one, checking in with yourself to see how much of it is yours. Number two, using that mantra. Number three, for those of you who do smudging. Now, smudging is a native tool and in North America, they use sage. In South America, you can use copal, they can use Palo Santo. There's lots of different incense or wood burning kinds of things. It's basically the release through energy and release through smoke. And that's why they call it smudging. Now, do you smudge it on you? No. It's actually an energetic, like waving of the material in front of you as it's burning and releasing those energies. Now, and I'm going to pull this because I forgot my essential oils company. I also have a spray smudge that I use, and it's called Kick-Ass Karma Clear. And it's one of those things. I don't know if you can see that. I think my light might be too bright. But the company is Soul Health Essentials. And you can go to soulhealthessentials.com to get this, but it's a spray smudge, so you don't have to burn anything in order for those energies of the essential oils to help release the heavy energies. And this one has Palo Santo in it. It has spruce in it. It has some citrus scents in it, and it also has sage in it. So it's a very powerful, energetic tool to start releasing those energies as well. Now, you could spray it around you. You could walk through a mist of it. You could spray it in the room. I always encourage people, excuse me, I always encourage people, if you're going to do smudge, you have to open a window in every room that you are smudging. Otherwise, the energy just becomes a little stagnant. It doesn't just dissolve it. You have to kind of get the energy out of the room. Native cultures, ancient cultures used smudging over and over and again, and so many different cultures use it in one way or another. So, my little approach to using the spray smudge is kind of a modernized version because a lot of times you can't in dorm rooms, you can't in a lot of places of work, you can't open windows. So the spray smudge is a little bit better. Again, I encourage opening windows. If you can't, just open a door. But a lot of places can't burn materials in order to smudge. So that's another way to release this kind of stuff. Another one, and I love, love, love this. If you feel like you have a lot of energy that is just getting stored up in you and it's not yours, it's like a sponge. One of the best ways to actually release it is to walk outside and go put your hands on a tree, on the ground, on something that is is basically a live object, but it's connected with the earth. The reason for that is it's called earthing, and there's lots of science behind this for how this works. I'm not going to intelligently be able to explain that right at the moment, but there's ionic energy that basically gets transferred from anything to the earth, and it will dissolve it, it will transmute it, it will release that. And whether or not, and you have to have your hands, your feet, whatever it is, right on the ground or on the tree. You can't have gloves on, you can't have rubber sole shoes on. You really have to be barefoot, or you have to use your hands straight on the ground. And a lot of time, and it's called earthing, and it's basically absorbing the energies that are within you that are toxic or unclean or basically clogged up. And I'll tell you, it does not take long for you to realize, wow, just letting that energy go into the earth or onto the tree or whatever is so soothing. But it takes conscious effort to make sure that you remember to go out there and do it. Because we all wear rubber soled shoes. We all wear shoes all the time. We don't go out barefoot. We don't put our hands on the earth enough. So it's super important for us to cleanse and energetically release. Now, you can use a bell. You can, I have some bells that I've had for years, and you can walk around the room and break up the energy with bells. You can use incense. If you don't have smudge, if you don't have sage or Palo Santo or copal, you can use incense. But again, if you're indoors, try to open a window, release that through the window. Um, you can do vocal toning. You can actually use your own voice to make sound to release the energies, whether it's within you, whether it's in the room. That's another way to release this energy. But energetic hygiene is so important, especially right now, because we have so much volatile energy. We have so much volatile, toxic energy, angry energy, irritable energy, heavy energy that is around us through the emotional climate that is in the world right now, that is just super important for these reminders to come out and for you to be able to realize that, okay, there is something I can do. I have some agency over releasing this. And it is super important to do. I've done it a lot these last few months. Every night I wake up and I'm releasing a whole lot of karmic energy. And I'm getting pretty good at it. I'm getting pretty fast at how I can release this stuff. But I just felt like I needed to send out a reminder today of how to do this energetic hygiene, especially with Mercury in retrograde coming, and especially with all these energies that are going on outside of us. So Soul Wisdom Wednesday, this is what this was all about, releasing this energy for your message today. Happy to hear any other suggestions that you use in order to release this energy. I also love salt baths. I forgot to mention that. I love the salt bath thing where I will get an Epsom salt bath and I will make sure that I'm releasing energy while I'm in there. Sometimes I do vocal toning when I'm in the bathtub. So energetically, I'm releasing. I've got the salt helping me release. The warm water is releasing, all those kinds of things. So there's lots of ways to do this, but right now I'm just trying to help people as much as I can to release these energies. So this energetic hygiene is really important right now. So again, I'd love to hear any other suggestions. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I just wanted to give you a little primer for something else you can do. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.